Hi, I'm Katie Michael. My partner Jenny Hines and I did a presentation on cybersecurity. Nearly 5 decades ago, the inventor of email, Ray Tomlinson, witnessed the first cyber breach, known as the Creeper. The Creeper was a program that could travel across an entire computer network. He was fascinated, so much so that he began modifying the program, making it self-replicating, for what is called today a computer worm. He then wrote the first antivirus software that identified the creeper and would delete it. He aptly named his program the Reaper. To define cybersecurity, we would say that it is a body of technology, processes, and practices designed to protect networks, programs, and devices from unpermitted access. In this presentation, we focus on the issues of cybersecurity for the law office, the history of breaches, and the most current solutions. There are several different issues that a law office can encounter when dealing with cybersecurity. One is the infiltration of their networks. Hackers can access their information through many different ways, like websites, email, and through your mobile device. Another major hurdle for law offices is the cost to keep their software up to date, which can be especially overwhelming for small law firms. Lastly, firms must always keep personal liability and competency at the forefront of their practices when dealing with technology and cybersecurity. Jessica Mazzio, the COO of Greasing Law in Philadelphia, recently experienced a security breach at her firm. Greasing Law has now implemented many new security measures to prevent future breaches. Jessica was quoted in the ABA Journal saying, "We look at the issue of cybersecurity not just from the client perspective, but from a reverse standpoint. We want to make sure that we are covered internally. If we are protected, then our client information is protected." Hackers have many different motivations when seeking to breach a law firm's security. The two most common are those hackers who are just seeking information and those hackers who are seeking to withhold data in order to seek ransom. Both foreign governments and cyber hackers threaten cyberspace and the underlying structure. The National Security Agency holds the primary responsibility for protecting the United States security sector. The volume and sophistication of cyber attacks across the globe are causing havoc. One notable breach of cybersecurity was at the global law firm DLA Piper. The infection of DLA Piper's European office literally stopped the law firm's operations, bringing much attention to the global firm. Protecting a law firm's reputation is vital to its success as a business. According to the ABA Journal, the costs of ransoms have significantly gone up from a few $100s to the $1,000 plus range for the decryption key to unlock the affected files. Of those law firms who paid, only about half said they received said key. A couple more notable breaches were those that occurred in New York City as well as Washington, D.C. In New York, according to the Wall Street Journal, some very large New York City-based law firms were hacked last year, and hackers gained access to files that involved planned mergers. The hacks were linked to 3 foreign nationals who used stolen information for insider trading, netting more than $4 million. The Manhattan U.S. Attorney would not release the names of the firms involved in the hack. Another notable hack was at the Wiley Rein law firm in Washington, D.C., which is one of the largest firms. They were hacked most likely by Chinese state-sponsored operatives. According to Bloomberg News, the hackers wanted information related to SolarWorld, the German-based manufacturer that produces solar panels. SolarWorld's computers were hacked around the same time. Cybersecurity describes the discipline dedicated to protecting the information and the network systems that process it and store it. The law office must prioritize cybersecurity within all of its operations, practices, networks, devices, and staff. We will now provide you with many practical cybersecurity solutions that you can implement at your future firm. A beginning step in safeguarding is a resource provided by the United States Department of Homeland Security. DHS offers a toolkit for small and mid-sized businesses, and this free resource provides strategies to help businesses address and recognize cybersecurity risks. The toolkit can be accessed at the link below. Security awareness training for all staff is also imperative. For example, helping them to identify phishing emails and how to lock their computers to protect their workspace when they're not present. Educating staff with mandated protocol to protect the office network and their devices is extremely important. The security-minded employee is a strong defense against cyber threats. Password-protected entry to the office, devices, and networks should be changed routinely. Biometric access, i.e. fingerprint or retina eye scanners, is also an effective but pricey alternative. The National Institute of Standards and Technology has guidelines for the federal government at the link listed. Mandate that all remote work-related internet sessions be encrypted. Also, prohibit use of public computers and public Wi-Fi networks. Be sure to back up all your data, encrypt it, and conduct a test restore of the data. This can be processed through an agent or through the cloud. Small firms can use an external USB hard disk, but must be sure to have more than one and to rotate their usage. Whole disk encryption of laptops and external USB flash drives or hard drives are important for the simple fact that they are vulnerable to being lost or stolen. Be sure to keep updated on the latest cloud storage service provider risks, mitigating any threats, always keeping personal liability in mind. Have the office retain a metadata erasing system to protect and clear document history. Smaller firms may not have the resources to attain the most current network security services, but simply keeping up with the current Windows security updates is effective as well as free. Also, consider implementing security software to safeguard from ransomware and malware threats. A significant amount of data in the law office is sensitive information, personal, client, or employee information, as well as intellectual property and financials are all vulnerable to unauthorized exposure that will surely produce negative consequences. Network malware, digital spying, and breaches are becoming more malicious and will continue to do so. And lastly, the techniques that hackers use to infiltrate the law office must be mitigated. Implementing a strategic plan to counter the threat of losing data and/or compromising confidentiality is of the utmost importance. The sophistication of cyber threats and breaches have come a long way since the Creeper virus and the first antivirus, the Reaper. Law offices, attorneys, paralegals, and staff are tasked to always protect their client, their networks, and their tech devices.